What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Amalgam Show. I'm one of your hosts, Keena Johnson, alongside Nathaniel.
What's up, everybody?
What's the Amalgam Show about, mate?
It's about pizza.
No, that's not it.
No, it's about games and videos and pop culture stuff and pretty much anything at this point.
Except pizza. We talk about pizza. Pizza hasn't come up lately, which sucks. I really like pizza.
We talked about it in the Jump Force video, right at the end, talking about pizza.
I don't remember.
We talk about it in most videos.
We talked about it on my phone yesterday, so...
Talk about pizza pretty much every time we talk.
Yeah, it's fucking good. Top 10 pizzas. There's pizza.
No, you forgot focaccia.
Who?
Focaccia.
Who's focaccia?
It's another version of pizza, basically. It's another Italian thing. So basically, what we in Italy, what we is classified as focaccia, and what they classify as pizza is basically all the toppings are baked into the base, and that's pizza for them. Focaccia is having everything on top of the base, like what we have, but we call it pizza. I know that because of an Italian lady that told me about it. Because she was like, "That's wrong." I think I was only like 11 at the time, and I was like, "Okay."
I just want meat lovers.
I just want pepperoni, please.
Pepperoni plus pepperoni
Equals ham and cheese.
No.
No.
I don't like ham and cheese. Anyway, if you want to know more about our pizza opinions, please go back to find the playlist of Pizza Time.
Pizza
We
time.
may or may not be bringing it back.
We'll bring back something. Might not be pizza time, but we'll bring back something.
Quesadilla time.
We'll bring back top 10 mental illnesses of all time.
Some housekeeping if my phone stays up. If you enjoy the show, if you enjoy what you're about to watch, enjoy. Please like and subscribe and click the bell. That would help us a lot, please. We've been gaining subscribers. It'd be cool if we gained a few more, because we really want to reach that 100 mark.
We do.
We can be youtube.com/The Amalgam Show.
We've got more Instagram followers and subscribers at the moment, and that makes me sad.
Instagram's easy to get followers on.
Oh, it is, but yeah, I know. Like, YouTube's really hard to get followers on because you can't really just go and subscribe to someone and expect them to subscribe back. It's not how the YouTube works.
No, not really.
But Instagram, you're like, I've followed you, and they're like, okay, I'll follow you until it's inconvenient for me.
Yeah. Till you clog up my feed.
Yeah.
Have any questions for the show? Please comment below. We've got a couple of questions from Instagram stories that we've done. We'll get to them when there's more people.
Oh, wow, cool.
Top 5 video game drinks and foods.
No, that's nice.
I really like that idea.
Awesome.
I don't eat while I game.
You don't?
No.
I do.
I fucking starve.
Why?
I don't like grease on my controller.
Yeah.
Like, I buy baby wipes to get rid of it.
I mean, I don't either, but I guess I just don't eat greasy foods while I game. I'll eat like chips.
Chips are greasy.
Potato chips.
Oh, chips.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, my chips. My controllers don't get greasy from it.
They're probably greasy the entire time.
They're so greasy you can't even understand the grease that's on these controllers. They're so
Greek.
Greasy Greek. Oh, Ricardo.
Support us on Patreon if you'd like. Patreon.com/The Amount. Oh, I should actually check that, whether it's The Amalgam Show or The Amalgam Show. Either way, search us. We'll be there. Games Lab, hopefully sometime this week Shannon and I can record one. There's a lot of shit to talk about. GDC's coming up this week. Game Developers Conference.
That's in California?
Yeah, that's in San Fran, yeah.
San Francisco.
There's a bunch around the world, but San Francisco's the one.
The one.
The one.
The one ring that rules them all.
Google's going to be there, probably showing off their new box for streaming. That'll be very, very interesting. I'm intrigued.
The Google box. Okay, Google, stream now, please.
Pretty much.
And then it'll be like, streaming 1080p pornography to your Twitch account.
You can already do that on... Wait, pornography at Twitch account. You can probably already do that on Chromecast, so... We're actually talking about actual pornography Chromecast.
No comment.
2, it's for games, which means it requires a different set, which sucks. But yeah, we'll talk about that later. But for now, I finished Titanfall 2 yesterday, the day before.
How was that?
It's pretty... It's interesting.
Does it have a story?
It does have a story, that's what I played.
Is it alright?
It is. So I went in with the expectation, when it came out in 2016, a lot of people were calling it the best first-person shooter, military first-person shooter since Modern Warfare 1. And I did like Modern Warfare 1's story. The only thing I remember from it is the stealth sequence, because it was really hard, but I really liked it. And then the epilogue, which was fucking weird. It made you like shoot terrorists on a plane. You had like 1, 2, 3 shoot them, which is really hard on mouse and keyboard for me.
Oh, so you played on PC?
Yeah, I had a friend who didn't play it for whatever reason. I got his copy and played it that way. Yeah. So yeah, people are saying that it's the best one since then. I'm like, okay. And people are like, it's kind of like Metal Gear. I'm like, let's fucking see. It's Metal Gear-esque in terms of like, yeah, it's military and it does do some weird things. Spoilers for Titanfall 2. There's some like time manipulation.
Okay.
Like the main thing is you can cloak yourself and go invisible using L1, and that's how you like quickly gain your health back, and then just take a shot and you're invisible again. There's a level where you can switch time, kind of like Bioshock Infinite.
Okay.
Except you can do it on command instead of going to a specific thing. And like if you're getting stuck in one area, like, oh no, too many people, you can switch back to the past or the present, and be like getting a thing. But then there's usually other enemies coming, so you have to like pick your targets and go from there. They're really well designed from that, and even from that, all the level design and in the whole game is really good because it's wall running and jetpacking around, and they make you like just bounce for like quite a while, and like the last level just hopefully hit forward, because like hit forward and just jump off things. Do not press forward, because things like platforms are coming in as you keep going forward. You just have to trust the forward. So yeah, that was fun. But the actual story itself, it starts off like, hey, you're just a dude. Your mentor dies, and he is a pilot. And pilots pilot Titans. And then he died, and he's like, yeah, dude, you can get my fucking awesome mech. And you're like, I have a cool mech now. And you have a cool mech, and they split you up all the time. It's like, oh no, the mech got kidnapped. Oh no, the mech got powered down. You have to go do stuff. The mech also just yeets you across the map, like when the story requires, so he just like gets down, you get in his hand, and he just like throws you across the map. Real fun. And then, so yeah, level design's good. Like that's the one thing I'll always remember about that game, is that like the parkour puzzles, and not really puzzles, it's just the platforming, which is interesting. Don't really have platforming in first person shooters, which is good. They shouldn't, but they did it really well here. Yeah, I bought it for $7 on sale. It's definitely worth it, but I don't think it's like the best. To be fair, I don't play many military shooters anymore, so the best one still is Spec Ops, which is Spec Ops: The Line. It's a third-person shooter. It's all about like PTSD and fuckery and the fuckery of war. It's really good. It just has an awful generic name. Got Nolan North in it, being Nolan North, but really good. Any questions about Titanfall 2?
No, I've never really looked into it, but that sounds pretty good.
The reason I played it, because one, Shannon recommended it, and two,
Apex Legends,
same universe. I'm like, let's see what happens. And apparently Apex might add jetpacks and Titans and wall running. So I'm like, cool. That'll probably be on a new map, but that'd be really fun in any case. Yeah, that's it for Titanfall. Also played Moss. Moss is a VR game. It's really cute, but I don't necessarily get sick in it. It's a bit too much in terms of like in a VR thing. But other than that, it's basic like kind of Ratchet and Clank combat instead of just like press square and you can kill the enemy. It's real simple like that, like not Dark Souls or anything like that. But a lot of platforming, a lot of puzzle solving, and you just go from like, oh, I found this thing, and then you got to go find your thing when your uncle takes off to go find it. He's like, oh no, I lost my uncle. Really simple story. So it's like told in book format. Like you use the controller and then like you're turning the page with the like you're holding R2 and the motion controller.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, that's how the cutscenes present themselves. But then the rest of it's just like moving in and out on your. You play a mouse, but you also it's kind of like Astrobot. So like you control the mouse, but you're also you, like you are a deity sort of thing. I think you actually do much as like the deity, whereas in Astrobot you would headbutt things, you would control the like ninja stars and water gun and stuff like that, as well as a little dude. This time it's just a little dude. It's quaint. I want to play more of it. It's only like 4 hours long. I got stuck and got a headache through it, so I'm about 90 minutes in, so I'm halfway there. Yeah, that's Moss. What else did I do? I finished Brooklyn Nine-Nine on Netflix. I hadn't seen the last half of season 5.
Yeah.
And it's really good. Spoilers. Do you care?
I don't give a shit. It's Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
It's really good. They get married, and that was very sweet.
Oh, okay.
Jake and Amy.
I think I've seen up to that point, but I haven't seen...
There is a new season after that.
Yeah.
That hasn't come out on Netflix yet. I'll wait for it. I like officially supporting that show. Especially because it's the only way we can watch. Oh, SBS has it. I think they get it fast tracked. SBS actually turned me off that show because all the time on SBS it was just running the worst ads for it. Like the comedy editing was just awful. I'm like, this looks like it made Terry Crews look like a fucking dickhead. Like, I don't want to watch this. It looks real bad. Guy who plays Jake Peralta looked really annoying. I'm like, ugh. And then someone came around and just chucked it on Netflix. I'm like, I guess I'm watching this. And it was actually good. I'm like, huh. Thanks, SBS, for ruining the advertising for that.
Yeah.
Shows how important editing is. But yeah, I really like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I can't wait for more. I think that's it for me. Yeah. What have you been up to?
I've been spending most of like the last few weeks, the spare time that I do have, trying to export that fucking video.
Yeah.
Finally exported the video. If you want to see us do a half comedic let's play of Jump Force, go find it. It's not clickbait. It's real good. Pirate Uwu. If you've seen it already, thanks. If you haven't seen it already, please go watch it. It's actually probably one of the more up-to-date, more effort that we've put into videos for a while.
Yeah.
Not to say that what you do isn't effort, but I spent fucking ages on that thing. And it's only like half an hour.
The best editing I've ever done is Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time.
Yeah.
Where I insert memes and shit like that.
I want to do more of that.
Yeah.
I would like to play more Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time when we get time to do that. Watch out for more Let's Plays. We're going to do heaps more. I have an idea for a series of Night in the Woods. I'm going to play it and make all of the worst decisions possible. If you're keen for that, let us know in the comments or send us an email.
The series should be called The Worst Night in the Woods. I'm serious.
Yeah, alright, we can do that. I think Kyron came up with one as well.
A Bad Night in the Woods.
It was something else. It was like... I can't remember. He had a really good name for it as well, but it's not as good as The Worst Night in the Woods.
It is.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Because I've already played Night in the Woods. Want to do it again, but make heaps of different decisions. Because I want to see how it turns out if I do bad things. Or just make different decisions. Yeah. Last week, after a podcast, I forgot my Switch at Keena's house here. And as I said last week, I wouldn't mind playing Pokemon Emerald on Game Boy Advance again. So I did that when I got home because I forgot my Switch. So I've been playing really quick through. I'm already up to I played it for like a couple of hours and I was already like halfway through the game because like you can press spacebar and just go through.
What gym are you up to?
Fuck, I can't remember.
Not gym.
What's that?
The number gym, like
Yeah, I can't
fourth
remember.
gym. Okay, yeah.
I think I'm up to like the fourth gym.
Yeah.
I've gone through 1, 2, 3. I think I'm up to the third or fourth gym.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the third? Lightning.
Yeah, I've just finished that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm up to the fourth gym.
Yeah.
Um,
What's fourth again?
I did cheat at the start of it because I wanted the perfect team I wanted the team I wanted from the start instead of fucking around trying to find the Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I went with a completely new team that I usually do. I'd never had a routes before, so I got routes. And then I just chose a bunch of other Pokemon, trying to remember the ones I got.
What's your starter?
Can't remember. I chose Torchic, but I'm not using Torchic.
That's fair.
Weird. Something was under the table, but it's not there. But that's enough of Pokemon Emerald. We've all played that. I've gone on to play some more Jump Force. Haven't gone too far in that.
Yeah.
Haven't finished it yet. I'm just playing little bits when I can. As I said, I was editing a heap. It took when I finally exported that video, it took
Like 3-4 weeks.
ages.
Yeah.
Like
3 weeks.
no, like when I finally got it to export properly.
Yeah.
It took ages, like maybe an hour and a half properly. I don't know why. All of my technology slowed down during the storm, but it shouldn't have anything to do with
that. No.
Yeah, but it was all just super slow. Everything was slow. Even my TV was slow. It's weird.
Might be
Interference maybe, but it shouldn't be. All of our power lines are underground.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
it's weird.
Yeah.
Even my internet is all cable and it slows down. Makes no sense.
Internet make more sense. But
Yeah.
You told me that you were trying to get the Spyro the Dragon Platinum.
Yeah, so Nina's been playing Spyro the Dragon. She's got the trilogy. I got her. And she's almost finished the first one. She has not left a level until she's been able to complete it. Everything. As far to the best of her ability anyway. I played through 3 levels for her the other night. She's like, "You want to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I played through 3 complete levels. And she doesn't have the mindset of a gamer, obviously. Every time I do something that she didn't think of, she's like, "How did you do that? How did you know to do that?" And I was like, "Have the mindset of a gamer. You got to think like a gamer. Be a gamer girl." But
it is there are the language to video games that
you just got to look at things from a different perspective.
Yeah,
Things like that's not going to be there unless I have to use it. So that sort of stuff. Or you've got to understand how far that jump might get you. A lot of the time in Spyro, it looks like a long way away, but you will be able to get there.
Yeah.
And she always forgets that you can charge, jump, and then fly. Which the flying mechanics in Spyro always piss me off because I always feel like I should double jump, but it's not a double jump, it's a jump and glide. So I just always overshot things.
They introduce, I'm not sure if it's they introduce eventually, you press square and you can get a little bit of a boost. If you're flying and you just get to here, you can square and then get on.
Yeah.
And eventually they taught you how to use grab. I'm this is...
Probably in 2 or 3.
That's much later.
Yeah.
PS2 stuff.
So yeah, we're almost finished that. We are up to the second last world of worlds in Spyro.
Yeah.
So we're almost finished that, and then we're going on to Nasty Nork's lair, which is going to be fun.
Yeah.
I've watched almost the entire series of Love, Death and Robots. If you haven't seen that, go check it out on Netflix. It's really good.
It's really cool.
It's
you told me on it when it's not all episodes are fucking long.
Yeah.
I'm yeah, because that's the same thing with Russian Doll I was talking about last week, is that the episodes are 20, 25 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's 6, 8 episodes long, you just burn through it.
Yeah.
It's kind of why I kind of like anime as well, and cartoon.
That's why I like TV shows, because I hate sitting down. I don't have time always to just sit down and watch an entire 2 or 3 hour movie sometimes.
Yeah.
It's I don't want to sit here and invest all this time in just watching this shit.
Yeah. And especially because I don't know, I feel I'm more inclined to watch a couple of episodes of a TV show. Sorry, I just realised I typed Love, Sex and Robert.
Love, Sex and Robert. That sounds like a parody of Love, Death and Robot.
But I'm more inclined to watch 2-3 episodes, which is 2 hours long, than watch a 1 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
I'm
it is a little bit weird because, Black Mirror, it's kind of like Black Mirror in the sense that none of the same characters, none of them have the same characters, but it's different from Black Mirror in the fact that they never share even the same themes. It's all just a loose. Like they never share the same like story plot because like in Black Mirror it's all like how society sees you and that sort of stuff. But in this, it's just as long as it's got love, death, and robot themes. And.
Okay.
Well, I mean, a lot of the time it can be or,
Yeah.
but from what I can see, there is a lot of love, death, and robots in everyone. There's sometimes where it's not a robot, just a robot-esque sort of thing. Like in one of them, there was mechs. Some of the animation styles
I saw
fantastic. Like it's really like there was a couple of times like one I think I've seen a couple where there's live action. And then there's a couple where it looks like live action but it's animation. And it's just
like
insane.
CG animation like Avatar or
no, like it's not actors. Like it's all completely animated and it's like such good animation you could swear they filmed it.
Okay.
Like I think the third episode is probably the best one for that. There's a lot of like things in it that's obviously animated, but the characters super like
interesting.
And a lot of the ones you can see like this is like you can see where it's heading. You can't expect much more. It looks like each episode is developed by a different indie dev. Like that's what the show looks like. I don't know if it is.
From what I can tell, it's someone's like this is the idea they've had for the last 13 years, and now they've just like put it out as one anthology series.
Okay.
I forget who the creator was. I want to say Robert Rodriguez, but I don't think that's right.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually a little bit sad in the fact that the first episode had a really good like plot idea, and I thought they were going to continue that and it was going to be really good because the characters all like you kind of fell in love with the characters because that's how you set out in a show when you start watching it like I'm sympathizing with these characters because I want to see their story and then that ends and then it's like this next episode and I'm like oh okay so these characters are going to meet up with these characters and I thought they were doing like the whole like the first 3 episodes like in Soul Eater, the first 3 episodes were
very different. I went Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Well, yeah, it could have been like, but what I'm talking about is like the first 3 episodes of Soul Eater were of the 3 different partners, and then in the 4th episode they all met up. But that's what I thought was happening because I had no idea what it was. I just started watching it, and there's like the first episode, and there's these. It was a really cool idea of like, there was these 3 guys, and basically, how it works is like this girl. Obviously like trauma or whatever, like I won't spoil all of it for you, but the idea was they link their brain with like a monster that they keep and they have boxing and like fighting matches in a coliseum with as monsters, but it's the human controlling them.
It's kind of like that Hugh Jackman movie but with robots. Remember that Hugh Jackman movie?
The robot thing.
Real Boxing or I
can't remember what it's called, but it's kind of like that. But it's not like that because in the Hugh Jackman movie, a lot of it was automated robots, and theirs was the only one that they do that. But like in this, each human sits on their podium, they link with their monster, and then the monsters walk out, and they can see through the eyes of the monster.
Is it just Yu-Gi-Oh at that point?
Not really. It's weird because like they don't talk. Well, the main character in this episode doesn't talk, but the other guy that's fighting her does, and he's like there's a lot. Love, Death, and Robots. If you're going to watch it, be prepared for a ton of coarse language, nudity, and gore and violence. Like there's a ton of that. In one of them, the one that I was telling you, I wish I didn't see the video because it reminded me of Gravity, and it also was just, I hate seeing intense pain. And in this one, like the chick was just stuck out in space, her oxygen was running out, and she realized that she could take off her watch and like wrap it around her arm to cut off air, and then she pulled off her glove and her hand froze, and she used her glove to throw it out into space so that she could go back to where she was, and then she misses her shot, so she keeps drifting, and then she's like, she rips off her arm because it's frozen, and then throws that to try to get back again. Yeah, and I'm like, that would have been so fucking painful, but you can hear like the bones cracking and everything, and that's why I'm like, I wish I didn't see that episode. That one was the one that I'm like, no, I can't, and that's near the end of it all. I think it's like the 14th or 15th episode. There's 18 of them. There was 2 live action ones. They're really good. I recommend watching them. Like they're there's even one about how like yogurt becomes the like the president of the world. Some like these scientists are like trying to create like living things out of inanimate objects, and they use yogurt as a base, and they think it fails, but one of them works, and it becomes like the smartest in the world, and it like can solve all of the world's problems, like the debt crisis and everything. So everyone's wealthy, everyone's healthy, everyone's fit because of this yogurt. They can speak using like alphabet cereal. And so that happens, and there was what's it called? Martial law was declared, where yogurt was like the leader of everyone, and everyone was happy. But then the whole end of it, that was supposed to be the scary part, was like, what if the yogurt leaves us one day? And then it's like all of the yogurt like launching off in the ships and stuff. So they left the human race behind.
It seems like a Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah, it probably, and it was sort of like in that sort of art style too. Yeah. A lot of the art styles, like some of it's cartoony, some of it's really real. There was an episode, the third episode was like a paradox episode, where like it's just this girl doing her makeup at the start, and then you hear a bunch of violence and stuff coming from somewhere, and then you hear like a gunshot, and then the girl looks across the street into another building, and there's a guy pointing a gun down at someone, and then he's like looks at her, and then the whole episode is like him chasing her around and her trying to go through her daily life, but just being chased by a murderer. And then right at the end, she kills the murderer, looks across the street, and then the murderer's up there, because at the start it shows that she's the one that got killed. So it's like a paradox that she then chases him, and then he kills her, and then it's the same thing. Yeah. It was really, like, I saw that coming halfway through it. I was like, okay, I see what's happening here. Yeah. But at the start I was like, fuck.
I think you sold me on it. I'd check it out, because I like the fact that none of them are long.
Yeah, I sat down for maybe 3 hours last night, just sitting there by myself, and I watched most of them. There's 2 left I need to watch. I have also nothing. I've done nothing.
Cool.
Other than that, I think. I watched Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ah, yes. Good prep for
that was
Infinity War.
The last one I hadn't seen before. Endgame.
You seen Captain Marvel?
Yep. I saw Captain Marvel last week.
Cool.
Saw Ant-Man and Wasp last week.
What do you think of Captain Marvel?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't see where people are coming from, where they're like, oh, it's too like girl powery.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I see it, but it's like, I'm not like, I didn't mean it like that way. I see it, but like, it's not like, some movies are so fucking beat you over the head with it. I'm like, I can't think of anything, but a lot of like Disney Channel movies, I'm thinking, when I went back in the day, I'm like, I do not care for this at all.
Yeah.
Because it's just over the top. But this one's like, no, this is just a good solid movie that preaches feminine power.
It reminded me of Green Lantern.
That's what, for the longest time, Marvel was hoping it wasn't going to be, because the origins are the same. You get the alien powers, you get the powers from an alien, they die, you become a space cop.
Yeah.
It's the exact same origin.
Yeah.
And that's why like they did it non-linear.
Wasn't it even the guy who played the bad guy in Captain Marvel was Sinestro?
No.
It wasn't?
No. Sinestro was Mark Strong, who's Scottish.
Oh, okay.
The bad guy... Well,
they both had yellow eyes, though.
Sorry?
They both had yellow eyes.
Yeah. You mean Jude Law in Captain Marvel? Or do you mean the Skrull?
Not the Skrull,
Yeah, the guy.
The guy.
Yeah.
The Kree.
Yeah.
And when they were talking about Kree, I was like, Kree? I've heard that somewhere before. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians, yeah.
And where do the Kree fit in Guardians of the Galaxy?
It's Ronan's crew, which Ronan's in Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
He's an extremist Kree. After they've signed the peace treaty between the Nova Corps and the Kree, he's like, no, I'm going to go find an Infinity Stone and blow up the world. Or galaxy.
Oh, okay.
Well, the Kree's like, fucking chill out. We settled peace. It's fine. He's like, no.
And so he's the one who really caused all of the other shit.
No, he was just there. Like, in this Kree Skrull War, he was just there, and he just, like, he was prepared to nuke Earth. Spoilers, I guess, for Captain Marvel. he was ready to nuke Earth, which is not like that's an extremist method. And yeah, so he's always been there. But then when they're like, "Hey, let's calm down," he's like, "My time to rise because the Kree Empire should be strong and overruling." So Captain Marvel 2 is probably going to be like either like in between or like her taking down the Supreme Intelligence.
Yeah.
And then dismantling that technocracy.
Yeah. I liked how they did the intro for Marvel for that. That was really lovely.
Yeah. Kevin Smith, the director of a fuck ton of things, but particularly the script that Stan Lee was reading with Mallrats, and it's the first movie in the 90s, because he did cameos before that, but like on the 90s, from the 90s onwards, sort of the first movie he did cameos in.
Yeah.
Mallrats was like a love letter to nerd culture in a time when nerd culture was not what it is today.
Yeah.
It was very like in the 90s, like, "Ah, you fucking nerd." Probably not shot in the head, but kicked in the head at the very least. Whereas this was like Mallrats was all about like, "Hey, we just hang out at a comic book shop, we play video games, blah, blah, blah." Yes, and he got Stan Lee into that, and that's the script he's reading. And then Kevin Smith, the director of that movie, was like, "Oh, this is really, really nice." He got spoiled for him, but he got spoiled by Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige just called him, and he's like, "Hey, the script's in the movie, and Stan's reading it." He's like, "Fuck." And one of his mates asked, one of Kevin's friends asked him, and he's like, Did you ever think that Kevin Feige was calling you because he wanted him to do it? Because he wanted you to do a movie? He's like, "Fuck no." Like, I don't think of that myself that highly. Because he's an indie movie. Like, he made, I can't think of any movies. Dogma. Just Dogma with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. Clerks. What's it called? Jay and Silent Bob.
No, don't know that one.
Task.
I noticed that there's still a rising amount of New Zealanders in Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a thing now.
Yeah. Who are you thinking? Like, obviously Thor Ragnarok's full of them.
Yeah. I just noticed little bits here and there. Like, maybe they put on different accents, but they looked New Zealand.
Yeah. I know what's his chops. The guy who played the Skrull bad guy was Ben Mendelsohn. He's Australian. He's the guy who played the stuck-up military leader in Rogue One.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Mendo.
I knew he looked familiar.
Yeah, even though he was in Skrull makeup, it's his voice. Like, that voice is, I love. He's just Australian accent. Skrulls are Australian.
Yeah, they were all very Australian / chavvy British.
Yeah. I wish the science guy talked. Such a good line.
That was fucking good. Aren't you supposed to be my science guy?